So let's begin with our story of the week.
Yeah, my story of the week is about moths, right? No, seriously, yeah. And English Heritage are issuing a moth trap to every visitor of a country house that they own, because they're so worried about moths eating clothes and fabrics and stuff. Apparently, moths have doubled. Don't laugh, it's serious. Moths have doubled in 5 years. Apparently, have you got any moths, Den?
No, not that I've seen, but I do have cats, and I do have things that will tend to eat lots of furniture.
Do you think they could do politician traps instead?
That's
the odd politician.
Very good idea. So anyway, I wonder how long it's going to be before Cadu do something like that. Every house.
I thought Cadu just had ruined castles all over the place.
Well, maybe they do, yeah.
and spend taxpayers' money. I'm not convinced they do much more than that.
Paul, what you got?
So my story of the week is the story of John Platt. I don't know how many of you heard of this. He refused to pay a fine for taking his daughter out of school. This has gone through all the lower courts where they've all backed him. It's got to the Supreme Court and he lost, which was a shock to a lot of people. He's been told he has to pay the fine. Now, this feels very nanny statish for me. Yeah. And there's got to be a point where you say a parent knows best. In my opinion, and I think this idea that somehow the state can dictate that they know better for you than what you know about your child, I have a little bit of a problem with that.
I mean, the holidays go right to the roof, don't they? The cost of them then.
Well, it's supply and demand. Yeah. You can't blame businesses. You can't all of a sudden tell a business what price to charge. You'd never consider that. For some parents, this is the only choice.
But the idea that someone can tell me what my kid can do or not do, or what I can do with my child is absurd. And
the other thing about this is that he took the kid to Disney World. I would have thought that was a sentence in itself.
Yeah.
Well, indeed.
Well, my story of the week has to do with the role of satire in the news. We've seen a lot of the mainstream media just seem to just get the left versus the right nattering away at each other. Yet the people that are being paid attention to are perhaps doing better news than them. Samantha Bee with her Full Frontal show, and then you've got Saturday Night Live having a resurgence, and Stephen Colbert doing amazing things to attack. And I think what happens there is that you've got the ability to really cut in and do something very, very biting in a very, very short period of time.
And this is proven. Saturday Night Live, biggest viewership they've had in 24 years. This is a show that has gone for 24 years and yet is now having its biggest viewership. That tells you that the idea that this comedy satirical thing really is making a difference in America. And people are listening to it, and you see it all over the place. Look at his approval ratings.
You're absolutely right. I mean, people don't like politicians having a go at each other.
Well, you just start to tune it out. And that's probably why we're here also, just to try and bring some satire.